It's 11:30 in Pittsburgh. During the next half hour, a fashion show for back to school. And in the consumer corner, we're going to show you how some of the city's well-dressed women buy those designer clothes at a big discount. We also have an interview with a lady who literally took a bath but didn't allow the incident to affect her calmly cool. This and more coming up on Good Day Pittsburgh.
Good morning and welcome to Good Day Pittsburgh with Eleanor Schano White and Tom Peterson with news.
Good morning, everyone. It's Wednesday, August 22nd, and there's a strange thing in the sky over Pittsburgh this morning. In case you haven't noticed, they call it the sun, making one of its rare appearances this August. Tom Peterson's on vacation this week. Sitting in for him is Andrea Wood, and Andrea is ready right now with the mid-morning news update. Good morning, Andrea.
Good morning, Eleanor, and good morning, everyone. I was going to say good morning, Andrea. It is official. Teachers in the Bethel Park School District are on strike this morning, and come Monday, the first day of school, pickets may still be in place outside Bethel Park schools. A marathon bargaining session last night failed to produce an agreement on a new contract. Today, teachers voted overwhelmingly not to attend today's in-service session or any other school session until that dispute is resolved. Meantime, teachers in the Chartiers Valley District have authorized union negotiators to call a strike if contract talks fail to produce a settlement by Monday. Statewide, over 100 school districts are still without teacher contracts. A phony bomb was found this morning in Crescent Township by a service station attendant. Police say the package was wrapped to look like a bomb, but it contained no explosives. Pittsburgh police say an anonymous telephone call yesterday morning may have been the work of a crank. A woman called the Allegheny County Sheriff's Office and State Police in Harrisburg and told them 100 remote control bombs had been placed in the Pittsburgh and the Harrisburg areas. No bombs were found. The caller claimed association with a group called Freedom for the People. Authorities in Pittsburgh discovered 4 bombs without detonators in the city within the last week. However, police are discounting a possible link between that discovery and yesterday's bomb threat. It could well have been a crank call, says Pittsburgh Police Captain John Nee. The way he put it, it's not unusual to receive a call like this after the bomb discoveries received such media attention. Come springtime in Pittsburgh, traffic jams on Green Tree Hill may become the worst ever, but take heart. There may be light at the end of the tunnel. Yesterday, 3 design contracts were awarded for improvements to the Parkway West. Construction is expected to begin in the spring and take a year to complete. A Cambria County woman has been charged with the murder of her 6-day-old son. The infant reportedly was drowned in a bathtub. He was found face down in a foot of water. In national and international news this morning, Special Middle East Envoy Robert Strauss says the administration has scrapped plans to introduce a UN resolution supporting Palestinian rights. Strauss said on the NBC Today program today that the main reason for abandoning the compromise was strong objections from Israel and Egypt. President Carter, spending his 6th day aboard the Delta Queen on the Mississippi River, went ashore for a while this morning in Gladstone, Illinois. He did some jogging and some politicking for his national energy proposal. Italian doctors say it will be at least 20 days before the 3 surviving octuplets born to a Naples housewife are out of danger. The 3 girls, each weighing just 26 ounces, are listed this morning in serious condition. 5 of the octuplets died within 3 days of their birth. In sports, the Pittsburgh Pirates and the San Francisco Giants are winding up their series this afternoon at Three Rivers Stadium. It's a businessman special. The game starts around 12:30 today. Yesterday, the Giants whipped our Buccos by a score of 6-1. Meantime, Pittsburgh remains 2 games up on Montreal and 4 games ahead of the Chicago Cubs in the National League East. The Cincinnati Reds have pulled to within 1 1/2 games of the first-place Houston Astros in the National League West. The Reds beat Montreal 3-2 yesterday. The Astros lost to the Mets 5-zip. That's news and sports. Back to Eleanor.
Thank you, Andrea. Earlier this month, a story made front-page news when Louise Brown, the city parks and recreation director, went to inspect the Brookline swimming pool. And let her tell the rest of the story. What happened, Louise?
Well, Eleanor, it's fairly well known now. I went to investigate, as a matter of fact, some complaints that I'd received from parents and residents of the area that things were a little bit out of control at the pool and that some youngsters maybe not so young. Older teenagers had pretty much taken over, and while I was discussing the situation with the head guard, I ended up in the pool.
You had a real dunking.
Had a real dunking.
And these were, as you say, older teenagers. These were kids 17, 18 years old.
I think about 16, 17, or 18.
The result was you had to close down the pool for a while.
Very briefly, and then reopened with the cooperation, unfortunately, which was required from the police department, and we stationed a police officer at the pool during the operational hours.
Is the situation resolved, would you say?
I think a lot has been pointed out by this. Unfortunately, this kind of incident had to do this, but we have had community meetings with the community, although there has been a little bit of apprehension in terms of the people going to the pool and concern on part of the parents. I think there has been more activity by the parents, understanding that they have to get involved in their facilities, in their recreational facilities. And I think things have, of course, improved.
Louise, because of the county strike this summer, an additional burden was put on the city parks and swimming pools, wouldn't you say?
I would say unbelievably so, especially in our large parks, Frick, Shenley, Highland. We had a lot of people coming from the suburbs to use the parks, from everything from picnicking, playgrounds, swimming pools, of course, as well as the zoo and the aviary. We had a booming record number of people at the zoo, the aviary, and the conservatory.
Mayor Caligiuri yesterday announced his proposed $111 million capital spending program. Any of this money earmarked for parks and recreation?
There is some money, as you might have noted. Most of it is for bridges and roads and housing and economic development activities. There is about $500,000 that's been allocated to the construction of parks facilities. I think it's interesting to note that although that figure might seem small in comparison to the $100 million, over the past 9 years, the Parks Department has spent over $45 million in construction of recreational facilities. In addition to that, we've come to the conclusion that we have to take a good hard look about building more parks, more indoor facilities, more recreational buildings, because they're costing so much to operate and maintain. There's quite a difference from rebuilding a road and using capital monies to do that, which is a one-time expenditure, and building a brand new indoor recreational facility, which costs between $75,000 to $100,000 a year to maintain, supervise, utilities. So there's an additional cost to the taxpayer that we really have to study and be very careful about before we start expanding our parks.
The swimming pools and the parks, they all close on September 3rd, on Labor Day. Anything special planned by the city for Labor Day, or is it just a day to take that last dive into the swimming pool?
Well, for our staff, hopefully it's the last day that they can have maybe to relax before our winter programs start. We do have some things planned for this coming Sunday, August 26th, which people might be interested in.
Yes, you brought...
well, that's for September 30th, which is our great race. And I don't know how many people are familiar with that, but this will be our third annual. Last year we had 3,400 runners. This year we expect over 7,500 runners to run through the streets of Pittsburgh.
And the registration deadline, I see, is September 13th.
September 13th, or 7,500 registrants, whichever comes first. And we're up to about 6,000 now.
That is September 30th. Now, what do you have coming up this weekend that you started to tell us about?
Well, this coming weekend we have our Great Ride instead of the Great Race.
That sounds more appealing to me.
That's a lot of fun. It's bicycling, and we will have marathon races for people of all ages and all capabilities around the Highland Park Reservoir. Registration is on the site starting at 7 o'clock this Sunday morning. So come to Highland Park Reservoir with your bike, and there are lots of prizes for just about anybody who can get around Highland Park Reservoir. That's going to be followed at 1 o'clock by a big festival in West Park called the Kid Fest, which is sponsored by the Parks Department as well as the International Year of the Child. Lots of fun things to do there on the north side.
Their last hurrah before school starts the following week. Louise, thank you so much for stopping by to visit. Stick around. We're going to show you how those well-dressed kids are going to look on the first day of school. We'll be right back.
Thank you.
School starts up next week for some area youngsters, so it's time to turn in those torn denims and faded sneakers and get some new duds for the first day of school. Joanne Paparella, the fashion director for Kaufmann's department store, is with us. And Joanne, it was always so important for me when I went back to school on that first day to have something new, and I think kids still feel the same way, don't you?
They do. Unfortunately, Eleanor, they've gotten out of, I remember when in first grade, little party dresses, ruffles, pinafores. Today, that's really not what they want. And believe me, they know what they want.
What do they want, and what are they going to be wearing?
They want to look just like mommy or daddy. And in the children's designs this season, we have just exactly that. They're really takeoffs of it.
Let's see some of the models that you brought with us this
Kim is our first model. And she's wearing what we're terming the classics. There is a really great return to the classics, the Ivy League, the preppy type of look. Fortunately, we've got it in the children's department as well, and this little outfit that she is on is really a prime example. The sweater, there's a big revival of texture. Chenille, velour, soft, beautiful, dimensional fabrications, and this little sweater that she has on is really a good example. It's from Russ Girl, as is her skirt. Plaids and skirts, whether they be circle skirts such as this one, A-line skirts, pleated skirts, all worn with that complete classic look.
Really a very grown-up look. I'm
It is.
looking at Kim and thinking, gee, that's the way I dressed when I went to college.
Exactly, 5th grade.
Marvelous.
Penny loafer shoes. Really, it's that whole return to the classic feeling.
Oh, thank you so much, Kim.
And Jeff, here we have the Denim Jean, which is really, it's updated this year. It's really taken on that whole Western influence. And the other good thing about this is the fact that it's functional as well as fashionable, simply because of the Sherpa lining. The whole idea of President Carter's energy-saving ideas and what you can do to help. And this is really a very good example of that. Perhaps earlier...
Jeff, can you open up your vest just a little bit to show everybody the inside, the nice, warm, furry part?
There you go. There you
and
go.
How about those boots?
And
Real
the
cowboy
boots, the
boots.
whole Western influence, right down from men's down to little boys.
Don't know how long those jeans are going to look just like that, but they look pretty neat this morning.
They sure do.
Thank you, Jeff.
And as far as girls are concerned, that whole Western influence is also come down into their market. This is from Anne Klein, and I'm sure many people are familiar with her and her designs, and it's filtered down into the children's area. But this is a more modified version of the Western feeling. Her bright red corduroy slim pants, just as we've seen in the Mrs. department. We like it worn with the Anne Klein plaid flannel shirt, and again we've layered it for that functional warmth.
Joanne, are these separates? Or
they're all separate. They
are
are sold as an individual item. Kathleen, if you can just turn, I just want the folks to see, would you lift up that little back that there's a signature?
Designer
it's the Anne
jeans.
Klein lion.
Very nice, thank you.
And finally, Michael, who is just entering first grade, and he's really excited about that. And again, it's that feeling of texture, the velour in the top and the blocks of color. That too is new for fall.
Saddle shoes back.
Saddle shoes, again, it's classic, preppy, Ivy League.
Fashion really goes in cycles, doesn't it, Joanne?
It certainly does. It certainly does.
Wait long enough and everything will come back into style.
I just want to call attention to the Lorex. If you can see, there's little Lorex threads through his shirt, which has come into the women's area, and now it's into men's. And the fact that Lorex and metallic threads is not only for evening, but for daytime as well.
Going to be the most handsome young man on the first day of school. You say, Joanne, that the kids really know what they want.
Yes,
obviously, you see mothers when they bring their children in to buy school clothes.
Yes.
The children do have a great deal to say.
They definitely do, and they have definite ideas of what they want, and whether they're spoiled or whatever, they seem to get what they want. And they want more of a casual feeling, clothes that we used to come home after school and put on, that they are allowed and are wearing to school.
It's an interesting point that today the schools most of the schools no longer have dress codes, and since denims and jeans have become so much a part of everyone's wardrobe, I assume that all of the schools allow the kids to wear jeans, and even into the junior high, I'm sure that, this is the uniform of the day.
Absolutely, it really is.
Joanne, thank you so much. Joanne Paparella, fashion designer from Kaufmann's. I want to thank you very much for giving us a preview of how those neat little kids are going to look next week. We're going to be right back. A real sign of the times. Word is this morning that some families are actually making a decision whether to put gasoline in their car or buy new clothes for their kids for the first day of school. Now, consider the fact that mama and dad still have to dress to go to work. This is a fact because, let's face it, half of the women in this country do have jobs outside of their homes. Now, you look at the price tags on ready-to-wear merchandise and consider that the markup is about 300%. Case in point that I think you might be interested in. A blouse that costs a manufacturer $3 to produce is sold to a retailer for about $9.75, and the consumer pays $22 for that same item. Now, this gives you some insight into how the big merchant, the department store, is allowed to feature so many sales and have so many discount purchases. What this has done, though, is it has put the small specialty shop and the boutique almost out of business. It has created, however, a new trend in merchandising, the discount operation. This is where some of the city's most well-dressed women are finding that they can buy designer clothes at cut-rate prices. Chuck Johnson opened fashion clothing discount on fashion clothing outlet, forgive me, Chuck, on Penn Avenue in the Strip District about 5 years ago. You were the first, and explain briefly how you work, and then I want to spend a lot of time showing our viewers how they can really save 50, 60% sometimes on clothing.
All of our merchandise comes directly out of New York. The industry is designed in such a way that the merchandise being sold on the counter today was actually designed over a year ago. Because of this, it allows for a great margin of error. Our industry preys upon the mistakes made by the manufacturers.
The factory overrun.
Exactly.
They produced more merchandise than they can sell, and you go in and you buy it at discount, and you pass that savings on to your customers.
Right. If we go in and we're offered a 40% discount, we pass that savings on to the consumer.
This is not damaged merchandise. This is all new merchandise.
No seconds, no irregulars.
Some of the designers demand that you remove the label, though.
Yes. In our particular case, because we generally keep a low profile and don't do a lot of advertising as far as name brands go, we've been allowed to basically keep the name brands in.
Chuck, you brought some models with you this morning. Let's take a look at some of this merchandise, and we'll tell you what the suggested retail price is and then what Chuck sells it for.
This first outfit is a 100% virgin wool herringbone from Joanne. This suit retails for $180. Our price is $98. The blouse is from RD2. Retails for $32, and our price is $19.
So you're talking about 50% savings.
This particular instance, around 45%.
Okay, now you brought some things, before we bring in our next model, you brought some things, some other examples of things that I think are just fabulous. Now this is PSI, which is a very well-known sports house, right?
Carried in the major department stores.
This is a three-piece outfit, the suede vest, a silk shirt, a tweed skirt. Price here on the top, $178, so that's what you would pay
That's at the
retail level, and your price is $79.90.
Correct.
Now the designer jeans that are so popular these days, you have a pair here of, well no, this is a black skirt. Let's see, the jeans are over here somewhere. Okay,
This
Gloria.
is a jean from Gloria Vanderbilt. This is the one that everybody's been asking for. It's probably the best fitting designer jean on the market. This jean retails for $36, and our price is $24.90.
24. Okay, a plain black basic skirt. I'm seeing some of this for the first time myself.
This is a black silk blend. Retails for $36, and our price is $24.
Okay, and blazers that are so big this fall.
Yes, this is going to be a
beautiful
very
blazer.
important fashion item, blazers.
Okay,
this particular blazer is from Ben Wright. It retails for $170, excuse me, and our price is $84.
Let's bring back one of your models and see some more of these lovely fashions.
Okay, next we have Linda. Linda's wearing a black suit by Joanne. This is a poly rayon and silk blend. Retail is $160, and our price is $84. So you're almost 50% off here.
Now we've been telling everyone about all of the advantages. I think it's only fair that we tell them about some of the disadvantages. To shop at Fashion Clothing Outlet, you have to be willing to forego the plush fitting room, the great service, and you have to also accept the fact that maybe you're not going to find exactly what you want in the size you want the first time around.
We can't carry everything naturally. We try to carry a little bit of everything, a little bit for everybody. The store is very, it's not decorated very lavishly.
Your overhead cannot compare with the chic boutique down the street.
Correct. So what we do is we give you quality at a price and very friendly service.
And as I said, the fitting rooms are, they serve the purpose, and that's about as much as we can say.
We've built new ones since you were there last time.
Okay. Now the women that I know, and I know a lot of really affluent women in this community shop this way. They tell me that the way to shop a discount outlet is to go frequently, because you're going back and forth to New York all of the time. You get new merchandise in every day, and to stop by often, and you will find the big bargains.
That's correct. We're a small store. We don't like to carry a lot of any one item. The suit that you have on, for example, we only bought 12 of them for the entire season. So therefore, you know that you're not going to see yourself coming and going. Also, we know that it's a one-shot deal. We get the suit in, we sell it, and that's it. We'll never see the suit again.
Very good. You have, I think your models are ready again now. Oh, that's pretty, Chuck.
This is a red crepe dinner suit. Retails for $98. Our price is $59. I like this suit.
Very, very pretty. All brand new designer merchandise, and it really is the most practical way to go these days.
People who shop in retail stores and spend that retail dollar are really fooling themselves. There are a lot of other stores in the area like ours. Maybe not quite as good, but they're there anyway.
You can always say that you were first anyway.
That's right.
Do we still have another model?
Yes, we have another model. This is Linda again. This is a two-piece knit from Beldock Popper. Retails for $54, and our price is $33. Very simple, very stylish.
The knitted, the sweater look that is so popular.
Right, it'll be a very big look this year. The straight skirt, also a very big look this year. And of course, slits. Everybody wants a slit.
Chuck, this is, I think, very important consumer information that for women, women who have to be well-dressed on the job, women who by the time it gets down to their clothing allowance, there is just practically no money left in the budget. This is, and we've discussed this before, it's really the future trend in merchandising for ready-to-wear.
Yeah, 5 years ago when we opened the store, we were the only ones. Today there's probably 20 different outlets or discount operations here in town.
Some of them operate a little differently. Some of them do just a straight 20% off. Yours is a cost plus, right?
Our operation is basically whatever the manufacturer in New York gives us as far as a discount, that discount is passed on to the consumer. There are those operations who give a standard 20% or a standard 30%. We believe in giving you more if we get more.
So if you like the ring, if I can get it for you wholesale, that's what Fashion Clothing Outlet on Penn Avenue is all about. Thanks, Chuck.
Thank you.
We'll be right back.
The weather forecast for Metropolitan Pittsburgh: partly cloudy today with a chance of showers, our high near 80, cloudy tonight with our low in the mid-60s.
August 22nd, Aries. Go where you can meet some different people. Some new friends may be needed. Taurus. Make some improvements in the home now. Change the colors in a much-used room. Gemini. Write important letters at this time. Make them short and to the point. Cancer. This is a good time to work on a new budget. Adjust previous shortages. Leo. Take advantage of an opportunity to get your point across. People will listen today. Virgo. Protect your interests by doing things yourself. Then it will be done to your satisfaction. Libra. Get in touch with someone you like. Make plans for a future meeting. Scorpio. A business matter should be successful if you do what you feel is best. Sagittarius. Some travel may be on your mind now. A change of scene may be helpful. Capricorn. Your attitude toward a family situation should be adjusted now. Think about it seriously. Aquarius. An old relationship can be revitalized now. Do your part to help it along. Pisces. What you begin now can be important later on. Give it a good foundation.
Just a quick reminder to enter the Good Day Woman Makeover Contest. Just send a postcard to Good Day Pittsburgh Makeover, 750 Ivory Avenue, Pittsburgh 15214. Hope you'll join us again tomorrow morning, 11:30 to 12, right here on TV 53. Have a nice day, everyone.
Beginning Monday, September 3rd, Good Day Pittsburgh will be seen weekday mornings at 9:30. Join us starting September 3rd at 9:30 in the morning for Good Day Pittsburgh.